everyone, thanks for inviting us to Korea, and we are very glad to share our experience with all of you. I was very surprised and impressed because I meet you guys, that there are people that are equally interested in communities and community-driven art like us, like our group. So I'm really very happy to be here to share with you. Okay, so let's start with a brief introduction of our group. So we are a group formed in 2011, formed by people from different professions. So I myself is an architect, and Cindy was a journalist. And we also have teachers, and theater, stage designer, sound designer, or musician. So there's a variety of people in our group. So our group mainly focus on three things. The first one is to review the story of this kind of idle space in the city, which we call emptyscape. And the second thing is to encourage people to rethink about this space, the role of this empty space in the city. And the third one is to try to reinterpret this idle space through art intervention. So here I'm going to give you some examples of idle space that we find in our city. So this is one of the common examples we see, which are idle space under flyover, because there are lots of flyover in Hong Kong. And then this is one of the idle warehouse in Yuen in Hong Kong. And we always think that this kind of idle space is closely related to the history and the context of our city, because this building was constructed in the 1960s when the industrial activities is still active in Hong Kong. But then in 80s and 90s, because more industry moved to China for lower labor costs, so therefore this warehouse and many industrial buildings are left idle. So we think that this emptyscape always reveals the changes of our city, no matter in history or economical or social aspects. So they are very closely related to our past. So because of the rapid development in the city, there are lots of other examples like anti-residential buildings or dormitories, bus station, and also these old tenement houses that are left idle, and they are also part of the result of the very intense and rapid development in Hong Kong. So then our group, we would like to rethink what are the roles of this kind of idle space in the city. So the first experiment that we tried was a former stone quarry in Hong Kong. So this stone quarry, it sits right adjacent to the Victoria Harbour, where you can have a great view of the city. And then there's a big cliff at the back. So this quarry has been left abandoned since like 30s or 40s, but now it's like what you see is empty. So that's why we like to make use of this natural context to hold some performance and concert in this space. So this is the first concert that we hold in the stone quarry. It wasn't a big group of people. We just invited a few artists and performers, but we think that this is a successful trial, the first experiment of making use of idle space for art or culture-related activities. So after this experiment, we applied for government funding for the first art festival, Emptyscape Art Festival, and we have been trying to look for a site that is available for the art festival. We encountered many difficulties because of many different reasons. All these empty buildings, they are not available for use. For example, we couldn't find the owners of this building because it was left abandoned for many years. Or even we find the owners, and most of the time the owners, they may reject us for security or safety reasons. They wouldn't want us to get into it, to use the space. And also for some empty government buildings, there's no mechanism for us to apply for the use of these empty buildings. So therefore we have spent like a few months to look for sites that are available, but still fail. So until we find this place in Hong Kong, that is at the northeast part of the New Territories. is at the northern part of Hong Kong, which is right next to the border between Hong Kong and China. So my partner Cindy, she will further elaborate about the history and the context of this place.
So finally, we hold our art festival in the place right here. We call it Pinche. So as you can see, here is a lot of farmland, and actually the tall buildings you see behind the pictures, they are mainland China. So actually it's in between the border of Hong Kong and China. So there are quite a lot of agricultural activities over there. So as you all know, Hong Kong is a really busy city, but in Pinche there are still some agricultural activities. And also there are quite a lot of different kinds of people living there, like the elderly, they are living in the traditional village house. So in this picture you can see they are the residents in Pinche, so most of them are elderly, but still there are different kinds of people, like the people from Southeast Asia. So why we choose the place Pinche as our first art festival? Because actually there is a little bit because of the political reasons. The government wants to take over the place in the Northeast New Territories, Pinche, and they want to take it to build in a highly dense residential area. But it's going to be affect a lot of people who are living there and who are having the agricultural activities right there. And actually, not many Hong Kong people know the beautiful places right here. So we want to do an art festival and attract more people to go there to know more about the beautiful places and to let them know the background and the history about this place. So actually the place of holding the art festival is quite big, but one of the venue we chosen is the abandoned village school over there. Actually, the school is now right now is abandoned, but because of it's the rural area, so the village people, the people who are living there, they are going to the same school, and even several generations they study the same school. So what you see right now is the school hall over there. So we hold some exhibitions and some performance inside the school hall. So it's the school hall. So you can see now it's right empty, but we have set some installation inside the school hall, and actually there is a stage, so we make use of it, and then to be a concert. And it's also a part of school, so what you see is the classroom. And inside the classroom, because it's quite small, so we cannot make use of it to do any performance, but we do it, we have some workshops inside the classroom. And here is the football court of the school. So you can see it's really large. So one of our events is holding a football match in the abandoned football court right here. So because the school is right now abandoned, so it's got a lot of trees or grass over there. So well, at the beginning, it's really quite difficult to make a road to let the people to walk around the school. So actually, we do a lot of preparation before we holding the art festival, because we want more people to come, and it's not really difficult to come, and it's easy for them to take a look around the exhibition, the school hall, and also to join any kind of events. So what you see right now is the graduates of the school. So it's the picture. So it's the picture of the school like quite long times ago. And here's the photos that the village people, they provide the picture for us. And you can see the differences between Right now, the school is abandoned because a lot of grasses grow over there. But now the picture right now is the old picture, so you can see the name of the school and the people and the students, what they do, and then what they are doing like long times ago. Yeah, so my partner Claire will talk about the events and what we have done in the first Antiscape Art Festival in 2010.
So about the school, there are two things that I would like to add is about the construction of the school. The reason why there's such a close bonding between the school and the villages is one of the reasons because some of the students that were studying here, they helped in constructing the school. Because at that time, in the old days, in the 1950s, and 60, there was a short of resources, and there's no people to help out in building the school. So some teachers asked the students to help to build part of the school. Say the slide that you see in this picture, they are constructed by the students. And then because it's the only village school in that village, so most of the people, they attend the same school. So it is common that there may be several generations studying this school. Maybe from grandma, and then to your father, and then to yourself, and then to your grandson. There are several generations that are also alumni of the same school. So after the brief introduction of the school, then we'll go to the art festival. So this is the Antiscape Art Festival 2013, and actually we have communicated a lot with the villages, and they are also very cooperative in helping us to use this site to hold our first art festival. So we have cleaned out a lot in the school, and also repaint the school logo, and this is the opening ceremony on that day that many villagers, alumni for several generations, even those that are the very old people, they come to visit their alma mater on the day of opening ceremony. So even some residents, they graduate from this school and they move out of the village and maybe they move to the city. But this is an event that gather all these people that they have been scattered in different parts of Hong Kong. They come back all together to unite in this event. And you see kids that comes to visit the school that maybe their grandfather or father that once studied here, and they're doing sketches in the school campus. So I'm going to give a few examples of the artwork that was produced in this festival. And the first artwork actually is a group of architects and designers. So they were inspired by the bamboo structure that was found in the farm of Pingche. And here's a picture showing volunteer help in the construction of the bamboo installation. And then we make an installation at the school logo to celebrate the space. And also another bamboo installation at the abandoned school playground. The second artwork is called Hidden School Chair, which is where the artists make use of the tree trunk that was found outside the school and to sculpt it into an old classroom chair. The interesting thing of this artwork is because it's situated next to the main road, the main access in the village, and there's always villagers that pass by this road and see and witness the production of this artwork. So in the process, the artists have a lot of conversation with the villagers, and then they may even collect opinions from the villagers on how, in their memory, what an old school chair looks like. So this is actually like collaborative artwork between the villagers and the artists. And then there's a third work, which where people they make use of paper and glue to mold some architectural elements of the school hall. So the concept of this artwork is to retain this beautiful elements and details of the school. And then this is also a collaborative artwork between the villagers and volunteers from outside. So we actually collect stories from villagers about their memories and their experience in the school. So we give the stories to some volunteers that we invited from outside, And then each volunteers were given one story, and then they were asked to draw the story and make sketches inside the school. So the painting, the final painting itself, is a combination of what you see at site and also memories from the villages. And the last artwork I would like to show is this is a retired school art teachers, and actually he did a lot of interview with the villagers and asked them about the story, and also to ask them to contribute a very precious object of their home. So the final product is a collection of precious objects from each of the family, and these objects are exhibited in the school hall. And actually, not only artists from outside produce artwork in the exhibition, there are also people, alumni. So in the picture you can see there's one of the graduates of the school, and after he moved away from the village, he come back to produce the murals in the classroom that once he attended school. And another interesting thing is that in the process of art production, there are some villages that are inspired by the artists. That are producing artwork in the school. So they come to us and ask us to allow them to make artworks in the school. So this is the work from one of the villages. And actually these villages also contribute a lot to the village beautification project that we will be introducing to you later. Because he himself after the festival, I think he is inspired and initiated to take an active role in making his village more beautiful. And apart from the art exhibition, we also hold village tours, which we think that is very important because people not only have an impression of the school, but also they also take a look at the village outside of the school. And we also hold different kinds of performances in the school halls. So this is a band that is playing music in the once abandoned school hall. And also we invite people the villages that sing in traditional Hakka style, and also musicians that make use of the outdoor space to play performance. And this is a drum performance that the two drummers that bring the drums and then lead a group of people in a line, and then we walk around the school campus to play music. So this is the closing ceremony, which is the biggest event of our festival, and we invite a lot of musicians and performers to play music, and so which is a very unusual time where all of the volunteers, artists, and musicians and visitors from outside to gather in one place to have a party. So after the festival, actually the villages that I mentioned before, he started to think about how to carry on the spirit of the festival in the village, and that's how village beautification project started. So Cindy will further introduce.
So we just want the public know the art festival is ended, but we still carry a lot of different kinds of little projects inside the village. So it's one of them, and we have recruited quite a lot of volunteers to help us to finish the village beautification project. So we are not only recruited the local people to do the project, but also we have invited the French artists to come and to do the project with us. So, and also you can see the picture before is the beautification along the road, but we have also do the drawings, the paintings in the houses. So you can see the wall is only white in color before, and now they draw different kinds of like animals or plants on the wall of the houses. So that's all of our presentation, and thank you very much.